Today, we're diving deep into the Bhagavad Gita, a text that has absolutely fascinated people for centuries. We're going to unpack a single, powerful verse that offers a timeless and maybe even a little startling truth about who we really are. So let's just start with a question that gets right to the heart of all this ancient wisdom. What if the person you think you are isn't your body at all? Just let that sink in for a second. To really get this, we have to go back in time, thousands of years, to a legendary battlefield. Picture it. The air is thick with tension, and right at the center of it all is a great hero, the warrior Arjuna, who at the most critical moment just puts down his weapons and refuses to fight. Now, why would he do that? Well, his refusal comes from a place I think we can all understand. It's a moment of profound, paralyzing despair. So what is going on in Arjuna's head? He is just completely overwhelmed with grief. I mean, he looks across the battlefield and he sees his own family, his cousins, his teachers on the other side. The very thought of causing their death just paralyzes him. And so he refuses to do his duty as a warrior. It's that classic conflict, right? The battle between your heart and what you know you have to do. And it's right here, in this moment of total crisis, that his guide, the divine Lord Krishna, steps in to reveal what he calls an eternal truth. Krishna starts to completely reshape Arjuna's reality, one piece at a time. The first concept he introduces is dehi. This Sanskrit word means the embodied soul, or to put it simply, the one who possesses a body. Notice that separation right away. There's a body, and then there's the one who possesses it, two different things. Okay, so there's something that possesses the body, but what's its nature? Well, that brings us to the next word, nityam. It means eternally, always, perpetually. This brings in this idea of permanence, something that exists without a beginning and without an end. All right, so we have the possessor of the body, and we know it's eternal, but then Krishna adds one more absolutely stunning quality, avadya. This means it cannot be killed, it is indestructible. Think about that for a second. The one inside the body is both eternal and indestructible. And when you put those pieces together, Krishna delivers this incredible revelation that changes everything for Arjuna. O descendant of Bharata, he who dwells in the body is eternal and can never be slain. Therefore, you need not grieve for any living being. This is the core teaching that's meant to completely flip his entire understanding of reality on its head. So what is Krishna really saying here? He's drawing a really fundamental distinction, a clear line in the sand between the soul and the body. And this duality, this is the heart of it all. See, on one hand, you have the soul, the Atman, which is eternal, unchanging, and indestructible. It can't be killed. But on the other hand, you have the body, the deha, which is temporary, perishable, and, subject to birth and death. Krishna's core message is that Arjuna, lost in his grief, is mistaking the temporary for the eternal. What's fascinating is that this idea is so fundamental. Different schools of philosophy have debated the little details for centuries. Some say the soul is one with the supreme, others say it's a part of it, and some say it's totally distinct. But look at what they all agree on. The soul is eternal. That right there is the unshakable foundation of all this wisdom. Okay, but why tell a warrior all this right before a major battle? I mean, what's the point? Well, this is all about uncovering the greater purpose. So, what are the big takeaways from this? Well, first, if the soul is eternal, then death isn't really an end. It's more like a transition, like changing your clothes. And that means our grief is really rooted in our attachment to the temporary body. So real wisdom is learning to see that eternal soul in everyone. For Arjuna, this understanding is the key to being able to act with purpose instead of being crippled by his emotions. But it is so crucial to understand this next part. Krishna was not telling Arjuna to be callous or to not care. Not at all. He was urging him to rise above his personal grief so he could perform his essential duty, his Dharma, for the greater good. This is such powerful ancient philosophy. But how does it apply to us, right here, right now? Let's talk about the wisdom it holds for us today. So, how can we actually apply this? Well, it could help reduce our fear of death if we start seeing it as just a transition, not a final end. It also offers a new way to navigate grief. We can still mourn our loss, but we can also hold on to the knowledge that the essence of a person is eternal. It can shift our whole purpose from just chasing temporary material stuff to focusing on our own spiritual growth. And maybe most importantly, when you recognize that same eternal soul in everyone, that becomes an incredible foundation for real compassion. And that brings us right back to where we started. This entire teaching really hinges on one transformative idea, and it leaves us with a question to carry forward. If you are not your body, then who are you?